listening to Free Radio Revolution. The revolution begins now.
Well, you don't know what this is doing to the pasta you got in the fucking bag there either, right? Organics in a plastic bag.
The water is, come on, man, it's water, right?
Yeah, but it's not in there for fucking 10,000 years.
No, but
I think right
you don't know
now,
how long
I
it was
think
in a
right,
truck
I think
and
right
this
now,
and that.
bottled water is probably one of the least of our worries. In fact, the way things are going these days, you might want to stock up on that bottled water because things aren't going too well.
Yeah,
but dude, it was stock up in your bottled water. Here's the deal. Like, we're talking about Boston, but we're looking at how everything's unraveling. We're here in Canada today. We just, and by the way, Blitzer gave the update. In Canada, we just arrested 2 pre-crime terror suspects.
2 pre-crimers.
Yes.
Where's Tom Cruise?
They had the means and the motive.
He's coming in, isn't he?
That they were going to derail a via train in Canada.
Yep.
Which would disrupt, obviously, people's lives and disrupt the economy, etc., etc. And they said there was no imminent danger, but they were sure it was going to happen.
It's okay to rob a train, but just don't derail it.
So there was many questions asked on the CBC, which is our ABC or is our BBC, whoever's listening, whatever, you know. Yeah. So the CBC were asking people.
Well, actually, to be clear, the CBC is a government funded. Well, it's paid for by the taxpayers.
I understand.
It's a national channel.
I understand.
They get their budget from.
Granted, but the reporter I was listening to, the lady, asked several, I thought, great, hard-hitting questions. Number 1. Very few details were given about anything.
Right.
Yet this came up at such a peculiar time, being that Stephen Harper's trying to ram through a fucking security measure bill, which is called S7.
That's right.
Something.
Very curious.
And they said, well, no, it's just a coincidence.
What about the Boston bombing? Is that just a coincidence as well?
Well, Stephen Harper obviously took the Boston bombing as the ultimate opportunity to ram down his fucking...
How about this? How about that this is all part of a plan?
A global plan.
That's right.
100%.
So let's not kid around here. I think that absolutely this Boston bombing thing has kicked a whole bunch of things and a whole bunch of wheels in motion, right? And we're seeing it right here, right now. All of a sudden, you know, not even a week after the Boston, and they've been, oh my God, have they ever been putting it in the media, right? I would go on, because I have my stupid time in the day where I go and I check out sports, right? And I go on to TSN, and for about 5-6 days after the bombing, it was the top story and the sports fucking page.
Everybody know about this now.
Yeah. That's what is going on.
Tell the lie often enough, and people will believe it is truth.
That's it.
Who said that?
64, Brazil, the movie, 64,000 times make it a truth.
Mr. Hitler?
Exactly. You tell a lie enough times, everybody will buy it.
Oh, did he? So
long enough.
That's where they took the movie idea from, I guess.
That's right. Tell a lie often enough, people believe it.
Dark utopias.
What we're seeing is the New World Order in motion. We're seeing a major advancement forward. Yes. This is, this is not just the last thing. Hey guys, what about this little thing called CISPA, right? How about that?
No, there's so much happening this week.
You know, the
list of background noise.
Yeah, and you know what? We're going to stick with the Canadian terrorism thing, just but
Okay,
we
we'll
want to
see
put all
Tuesday
this
and
out
Thursday.
because we want to say, I think,
The timing
want,
there was never a better timing.
there's no
than right
accident
now.
to the timing.
Yeah.
This is all planned, and this is planned years in advance.
And
It has
well
to be,
planned.
of course.
They had what they had here in Montreal. The day after the Boston Marathon bombing, there was a suitcase left on the corner of a gas station up next to the big shopping mall, Fairview Mall.
That's right.
Had to close down that,
And they
right?
closed
It's the same
they-
day
they
as the
closed
Boston
down
bombing.
The next
No,
day.
the day
It was
after.
next
the
morning.
day after.
It was next one.
Next
Next morning, and they closed everything
the
down,
afternoon,
and
actually,
they brought it
the
in,
afternoon, yeah.
and what was in it? Nothing.
The morning after that, what did they do here
There
again
was
in
there
Montreal?
was in the metro. There was a backpack full of a bomb.
Yeah.
So they shut down the metro and went in with the bomb dogs and everything and the rest of it.
When
right?
was this?
When was the Boston Marathon? Sunday?
Yeah.
Monday.
Oh,
Monday.
yeah.
Monday.
So this is
Tuesday was
Wednesday?
Fairview. Wednesday was the metro.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And today is what? Monday? And when is Stephen Harper bringing it and cut these guys with their
Well,
free crime?
you know, hey, it's happening in Montreal. We
Seems
do
like
happen
an
to be the
accelerated-
big rival of the Bruins, right? So
Yeah.
maybe we're trying to keep abreast with them, eh?
Yeah.
With our
Hey,
No,
and
I
maybe
found
there's a
New
bet.
World
Yeah, I
Order
bet I
games.
could come up with this fucking plan to
I
fuck your
thought
plan
it was
over.
all conditioning. When I saw the first one at Fairview, that the day after the Boston Marathon, of course, the way we think, of course, we look at everything through a glass eye darkly, right? I mean, nothing anymore is taken at face value, right?
There is no.
We know knowns and
They
unknown
will go
unknowns
as
and
low
known
as
unknowns.
we can imagine, because whenever we think they've gone, too far, they go a step further, and
They're
that's
just
it.
beginning.
Yeah, but all of a sudden, right, so there's this lead up,
Right.
there's 3 or 4 practices, they got all the police on high alert, ready to go at any point in time,
Right.
right, and then they're passing this fascist police state law immediately.
Exactly.
They've arrested.
They got everybody ready, so if you say anything,
Not to mention they
Redacted immediately.
take all the police officers that they just had freaked out about these bombs, right?
Yes.
Because if they tell you there's a bomb at Fairview, if you're just a regular cop, you're like, holy shit, there's a bomb at Fairview, right? You're like, holy fuck, right? You're freaking out.
Well, you're not going to do
If
much
you're a regular
other
guy,
than-
no, you're going to do what you're going to make sure
clear
people
the
stay
crowd.
away, and exactly.
Yeah.
So, and then they tell you the next morning there's a bomb at Leon Gru. You're like, holy fuck, there's a bomb at Leon Gru, and everybody's like, holy shit. Now, I'm sure that, like we said, the producer of the show knows what's going on, but the regular guy doesn't
producer
know.
of the show doesn't know what's going on. The guy putting the fucking thing
Somebody's
in
got to be the
state-
producer, bro.
No, because the producer, they want a bit of an illusion there. So they don't tell their local TV guys what the fuck is going on. It just happens and they show up like a bunch of idiots. Right?
I agree.
The
No,
police
no, I'm
commissioner
talking-
and all the
Yeah, but
compartmentalized...
I'm just using the
they're-
police as... I'm just using the producer of the show and the police as a metaphor, bro.
Yeah, okay,
It's just
yes.
a metaphor.
What we have,
It's
like,
just the
what
head
I
of
saw,
the guy. Okay?
what I saw,
wasn't
okay,
saying he has to be producer. That doesn't
Yeah.
have to be his title.
What I
okay?
saw-
He can be the
These
captain.
fucking
He
dimwits
can be
don't
El
know
Capitan.
Can
he
I
can
say
be
something
head fucking, he can be Superman.
Can I
I
say
don't-
something here? I want to talk about the police just for a second, because, look, there's a lot of good police officers out there. There's
Sure,
a
yeah.
lot of family people, a lot of good people that are trying to do a good job.
I say it's
And
equally percentage. to
What
the
I
population.
saw and what I've seen, I mean, like, just when you guys were talking there, I was thinking about the Christopher Dorner, the Dorner
Yeah.
case, and how they had the cops whipped into a frenzy, and they were showing these images. Now, it could have been staged or whatever, but police cars ripping through places like
Well-
East Hollywood, right? And like, in my mind, I think, look, they're not only, like, the headlines then were 17 million Americans terrorized, right? Which was the population of Los Angeles, greater Los Angeles or whatever. Everybody was nobody did anything. Everybody was hiding under a fucking rock, right? So they had everybody terrorized. They had everybody in fear, and they had the fucking police in fear. And you see, when you saw the video of them, when they allegedly had the dude in the cabin, and they were like,
too.
burn it down. They were driving. It's like,
But
not
they're
only are they
people, too.
driving the people nuts, but they're driving the cops nuts.
They're driving
too.
the
They're
cops
working.
nuts more because they're going to send the cops into action.
Exactly.
So they got to whip them into a violent frenzy and
But-
try and restrain it. When the cops went
We
and shot
forget
that
they're
guy,
people,
when
too.
yeah, I know they're people too. When the cops went and shot the guy over there in Boston, did you hear the gun racket going off? There wasn't as many bombs and explosions and the rest of it when they invaded Iraq. right? When they hit the green zone, they didn't fucking drop as much ammunition as those cops did into that neighborhood.
Did you see what they did?
And it went on for like 3 minutes.
Okay, well,
Jesus, man.
what we're getting there, and like let's just stick with the Canadian thing because it's
We're not
too
done.
big.
Yeah,
We're
no,
talking
it's-
about the police now.
This is all connected. Now, what I want us to establish and bring in this subject in was how this is the whole new world order in motion, and it's not like an event now. It's not localized anymore. It's international. When something happens in Australia, it's felt here. When something happens in the United States, it's felt in Great Britain and France. Right?
Well, they're
police, this
is
already
all
here.
with our terror plot that we just foiled, right?
Yeah.
They're already boasting it's a combined junction between Canada and the U.S.
Boom.
They're already saying how great we are as friends anyway, and we share everything anyway, so they don't need to worry because sovereignty is a thing of the past.
We don't. Yeah. Exactly.
John Manley reminded us
Exactly.
of that, right? I mean, they've got it all mapped out.
Outdated
These
concept.
these two false flags that they set up in Montreal, and you know what the beauty of it is? In Canada, like I was saying before, we're so fucking apathetic here.
Yes.
It's not like America where they will fight for the rights. Here, we're so apathetic. You can just say, you know, we might blow you up. People will be like, no, don't do that.
Well,
We have to take all your rights. Well, that's fine. Just don't blow me up, right? And we just cower over. At least Americans fight for their rights, and they're like, fuck you. You come to my house.
I don't know. Look,
They all bow to Nebuchadnezzar, right?
I'm gonna say, on one hand, I think that's a little bit oversimplification because on one hand, we do have a lot of activism in Canada when it comes to youth and stuff like that.
For our rights? No.
Yes, we had 1 million people go out, as we covered earlier this year, in the Idle No More
That's right.
protest. So
What
there
happened to
are,
that, by the way?
there is,
It's all illegal and stuff. They put it.
just like in the United States,
Stop.
just like in the United States, there is a
Stop.
movement like there was Occupy Wall Street, right? Just use an example. But like what I see, okay, I don't want to compare Canada to the United States because practically the same anyways, right? We've got the same crap on our street corners. We've got the same garbage in our fucking grocery stores. We've got the same crap in the fucking
Two different countries.
cinemas. We got the same
Two
garbage
different
in the music
histories,
stores,
but we're eating
right?
The same poison.
The same crap on television, right?
Poison.
Except, you know, here it's more Tim Hortons, there it's more McDonald's, right? But you know, it's the same difference, right? So, you know, like, what I see here is that in Boston, we saw, you know, people cheering on the cops. It was like a big festival. Thousands of people came out and were cheering as cops were going around, busting into people's homes, breaking, God knows what, right? There's all kinds of videos now of them breaking into people's homes, throwing people out of their homes, searching their homes. And what do the cops know, right? Other than the guys at the top, right, who say things like, we're pretty confident that we have the actors that were involved, right? Like,
I know, eh?
Right?
We got the 2 actors involved.
But anyways, here I am, I'm drifting into Boston,
Yes.
right? But it's so connected to what this thing is
Let's
with
go.
Canada.
Did you see
Right.
Boston? You saw Watertown. You saw there was another one, and then there was Newton.
Yeah, well, I had to throw the Newton people in the finish line. But get this.
No, but it was there on the map
Well,
too.
it hooked.
It's just right
it,
there.
It was hooking. It
Yeah.
was like a hurricane.
It was like a hook.
into-
It was hooking.
Yeah.
It was hooked. It was hooked, Jeff.
Yes.
Good point. It
Yes.
was hooked into
Yes.
Newton.
Yes. I think what the biggest thing that needs to happen
Wait.
now, I believe.
We have to wake Canadians up immediately.
I believe the biggest obstacle right now, period, is the corporate media.
Yes.
I think as long as the corporate media still has the majority fucking tuning in like fucking brain dead sheep, you know, fuck. You know, how do we
Okay.
break that?
Okay, in Canada, I don't know how, but all Canadians listening, or people that are American, or somebody else that speaks English that knows Canadians, call them and tell them,
Pass
holy fuck,
videos
we're
around.
in trouble. We're in trouble.
We got all this stuff coming right now, and as you said, this terrorist plot, right? This alleged
We have the
terrorist
media
plot.
coming out to tell Canadians that Iranian Al-Qaeda supported the 2 terrorists. Meanwhile, Iran
Is
has
that like
arrested all Al-Qaeda in the country
Iranian
and put them under
Al-Qaeda.
arrest or house arrest.
Why?
Because they're all CIA!
Because they. We're supposed to gobble that up, right?
But when Anderson Cooper was giving out the missiles to Al Qaeda back in the 80s, right?
Okay.
When his friends were giving out the missiles, and they were
When
giving them
they
out.
were giving out the missiles.
They were giving
when
them out.
Certain elements were.
Right.
And you know, people.
Right.
We never did any of that.
You know, the actors that they were. The individuals.
The
Right?
stage act.
I have been harping on in the solo podcast on the fucking language of the corporate media and how they push this stuff, and of course we have gone on about
All right,
MK
corporate media,
Ultra.
stop right there, because
Right.
we're back in. They're going on about Iran, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because, well, they got to point at Iran. And North Korea's over there, they got to point at North Korea. So they got everything pointed there. And all of a sudden, Chechnya comes up.
No.
No, the guys there, Chechen rebels.
There's nothing about Chechnya.
They're
that
immigrants from Chechnya.
It doesn't matter.
The
It's
word is mentioned.
inconsequential.
Stop right there. What
Right.
does Chechnya have?
Oil.
Okay. What is it on the border of?
It's part of Russia, Paul. It's not going to happen. Look, in my opinion, okay, I could be wrong on this.
No, but you look at the map. It doesn't matter what happens on the other side of it.
Yeah, but they're not going to go and invade Chechnya because a couple guys blew up 3 people.
It's drawing
right? Come on.
the new Cold War line that says, okay, everything below here now is ours.
Look, you're making the mistake of looking into it like they set this up because they have a pretext to go in there. No, the pretext.
No, I think they use
pretext
this over here
is
as the distraction, and they use that as the mass psychology media that they use because they get everyone focused on this while they're doing all those things.
Of course.
One of the things over there is they're drawing the line across Chechnya with Russia and the rest of the world, saying everything below this is ours now, including Syria and all the rest of the oil. We'll deal with your oil
They're not
later.
going to get
right
Chechnya.
there, boom.
It's part of Russia.
In the country itself, they're passing the laws with the Monsanto law. The what's the other one there? They're passing 3 or 4 laws today. The police state. The foil terror plots, the Boston bombings, it's all to control the people here now. They react them and psychologically then and weed out the ones they don't and arrest the rest of them.
Okay.
And drug the rest of them.
Let's just focus. Let's focus more. Let's focus more on what's important and just what directly affects us, right? And what they are using this thing largely for. And what we're seeing here in Canada, which we keep getting fucking pulled back to Boston, it's so impossible not to because we've been inundated fucking 24/7 by every fucking arm of the corporate media,
both are
including the sports channels. For
so look,
fuck's
I turn
sakes.
on CNN or I turn on CBC News World, right? I turn on both of them. It just says terror. On both of them all day long today. I was like, every time I turned it on just to see what they're talking about.
Yes.
It's terror.
So,
but they have the distraction when they do the stuff.
Oh,
yes,
we know what they're doing.
We know what they're doing.
We're
not
confused. When they're doing it now is the next question. So they're passing this shit through now, and there's nothing we can do about it unless everyone runs out in the streets and says no.
Well, there you go. That's what we can do about it. Everybody must go out in the streets and say no.
Slowly.
No, fast, now. Fuck, double quick time. Fuck that. It's over with, dude.
No,
they're putting through this thing. They're putting through a CISPA, which is going to effectively fucking shut down the internet as we know it. All right,
we are fighting the battle now.
This is happening now.
The plan is to lose it. So. You see when they do it, when they're going to pass these fucking draconian laws, there's going to be something happening to distract the people. It's been either
Sherlock.
I know, no shit.
We know.
I'm just summarizing right here.
Right.
When they had the Agenda 21 at the Rio Plus 20, they had the Euro Cup on. And then when they had the Bilderbergs, they had the Olympics going on. And they started the war in Syria at the same time.
Much later in the summer. Look.
Yeah, the meetings were at the different times, Jeffrey.
Let's gravitate back
to
what is here and now, which is the Canadian terror, anti-terror law.
You were getting to a point, I'm sure. What's your point?
The point is, the next time on the list of some horrible fucking law going to be passed in the next week or something, there's going to be another.
There's always something. You are preaching to the choir here.
I'm trying.
We know. We're watching.
You're cutting me off, so I have to get louder.
Yeah, but you keep going on about the shit that we're all fucking dealing with. Yes, we know the whole story.
The next one's gonna
happen. Know. Look, come on. We're talking about what's happening.
That's all I'm saying.
Right at this moment.
Me yell.
No, I'm sorry, Paul. I'm sorry.
I
apologize.
Yeah, I know. It's heated for me too. I'm just saying, it's going to happen. You can't do anything about what's going to be voted on tomorrow over in the Parliament unless everybody runs in, and that's not going to happen. Everybody's a goddamn sheep.
Then it's
so
over
we have to.
It's
never over with until you quit. We're not quitting.
Yeah, but you
can't quit.
You can't win a battle if you don't show up. You know.
But we have shown up, and more
We have
people are
shown up.
showing up. And like I said, I hope if we get my woman to tell other women that they're trying to kill us through the food, the message will get out. We're not going to
Like a
reach.
tsunami.
Okay, you're not going
It's
to
gonna
reach
go.
women with talking about this. Okay, this is what I'm going to tell you. You might reach the occasional one. You're not going to reach most women by talking about blowing people up and bombs and terrorism and. You know why? Because they don't want to know.
They want to know about what they're feeding their kids, because then they feel
That-
guilty about
see,
feeding their
we
You
crap.
can
see
reach
what
people
happens
with.
here, right?
That we
and
can
this
reach
is
people.
this is what I Greg might have seen it, but I put up a video the other day on the Boston thing, and I didn't want to go into it, right? And I didn't want to go into it because I knew it was going to be
It's
fucking
gonna drive
nasty,
you mad.
right? And I went into it, and man, I swear I felt so fucking deflated. You can hear it in my voice in the video. It's just, it's enough. You know, look what it's doing. Like, here, we're having a fucking argument, right? Because these assholes are fucking playing with us.
We live in Canada. We don't even need crime here to lose our rights. Okay, we need
Yeah,
crime to
exactly.
happen in other countries, and we watch it like a movie, and then we say, well, it could happen here.
Who are we
Let's
having
take
an
away
argument
all.
with? We're having a conversation like we always do.
No, but I mean,
who are we
like,
having an argument with?
I'm getting,
We're
we're
all
getting
freaking
heated
out.
up.
Yeah, we're
No, but
getting
we're
getting
all
heated
freaking
up,
out.
right?
We should be
We're all
freaking out.
freaking out
Look,
because this
it's
is
not fair. It's enough is enough.
because
you know,
we
like
know Nazi Germany's coming.
I would like
We
nothing
know.
better than just to think, you know what, we have
It's all going to
democracy.
be good. Yeah.
Things are good. You know, the police are there to protect us.
No.
The media is there to fucking do their job and
No.
report things and actually
They're
do
not.
investigative
Nazi Germany's
journalism.
coming.
No, it's not the reality.
You're
of-
watching too much Disney movies, man. Get rid of that Disney channel. You got high definition to watch Disney.
No, dude. I was looking up fascism, the definition
Disney,
of
the
fascism.
Disney channel.
I was looking up the nationalist
With the
pride, right? Fascism, nationalism, and all this. But they do have nationalism, these people, but it's on a global scale.
That's,
the corporate
it's
Corporate
called-
nationalism, yes.
corporate fascism is what
called
we're under
Pepsi
now. It's a new
or
Corporate oligarchy is the new fascism.
Microsoft.
We answer to the fucking
Goldman Sachs.
and all the banks own everything. So
The
we
teams in
answer
the future, now we see the teams are called. Guess what? This is what's going to happen.
Oh,
This
just
is the-
look
now
up the
the teams.
fucking. I wanna,
Now the teams are called, you know,
The Pepsi
their
Canadians.
names, right? But the stadiums are
Yeah,
all
yeah.
Bank One Ballpark and
fucking
the,
Pepsi centers
right?
and
Pepsi
shit.
Center.
Look,
But
what the fuck
the
is that
future-
fat guy's name in Parliament that fucking
Okay,
stood up
let's
today?
see.
Whoa, narrow that down, please.
Yeah, no. He fucking stood up today to tell us we're going to lose our rights. Find his...
lose your rights because we're going to take over the
No,
Parliament.
All right.
And I said to Jeff, Jeff, everyone
Yeah.
in fucking Stephen Harper's cabinet is
He
fucking
said this
big
yesterday
motherfucker.
or whatever, or the other day when we did a podcast, and sure enough, when I looked at this story, you see this pigly fat guy fucking telling us
What's his
Peter
name?
Van Loan is alone. Fucking does he
Peter
work for
Van
the banks
Loan.
or what? He's a fucking
Show Paul the picture
I
of
wanna
this
see
guy.
this fact.
Show this guy telling us what's what. Show
Oh
this
my-
guy.
He doesn't want a $5 foot long. He wants about a 24-inch extra wide one.
Yeah, you know, these are the same
With extra
fucking...
bacon.
No, we're in this,
My plate of food is this big. It's
this is
a
the
small
same
bucket.
government that today let some fucking guy from Nova Scotia who was up on 46 charges of fucking child rape and assault and shit. Went to live in India to avoid the mandate. You know how it's after a certain statute of limitations or whatever, after a certain amount of time you can't prosecute somebody. Renewed his passport twice from India, even though he had charges against him. And now he's back in Canada.
Well,
free man.
they might need him.
He's back
They
in
might
Canada.
need him. What about the shoe bomber, eh?
How fucking... This is the government... This is what... They protect pedophiles and weirdos and creepos, like you said. They might use them as
The
passes.
shoe bomber. The shoe bomber's the best case, man. They
it?
didn't let the
Builder?
guy on the airplane, but then when some suits showed up and flashed some fucking ID, all
He
of
had
a
a
sudden
dangerous one.
he
He's
got
underwear.
on.
He's the underwear bomber.
He was allowed on. Yeah, go. Let him go. Let him go.
This
So
guy,
Peter Van Load.
Peter Van
I
Loon.
know.
Can I read a statement?
Yes, please.
This is in the House, right? Mr. Speaker, I wish to make a brief statement respecting the business of the House next week. As I said at the start of question period, leadership requires decisive and serious action in the
Whoa.
response of serious threats of terrorism.
Whoa.
In order to give members of this House an opportunity to express their views on the appropriate way to respond to terrorist violence, on Monday and Tuesday, the House will debate Bill S7.
Oh,
SS7!
S7 Club!
No, it's the SS Club.
The SS7!
The Combating Terrorism.
The Combat Club!
I know, because they foiled some pre-crime today, like in that movie. What was
So
that
can I
movie
finish?
with Tom
Can I
Cruise?
finish?
Yes, go back.
Still going,
Yes.
It's almost done.
No.
This bill is at its final stage in Parliament, and I can call upon all members of this place to pass this bill. We don't need further study, we need action.
Oh.
As a result, the government business originally scheduled for these days will be rescheduled for a later date.
Because we have to burn the Reichstag!
We need double quick time!
Come on! Steal the rights now! Steal the rights now while the terror's on the TV. Let's
We
get
got
it
the
in
people
now.
on the wrong Greek in the glucose food truck factory!
Yes! They won't be able to fight
You've
now.
been thinking too much!
Yeah.
We have two kinds of television there. Go quick!
Oh man, this
Did you try the new
So,
flavor
you know,
chips?
we've just had so much terrorism here in Canada.
I know.
It happens
Yeah,
all
I
the
know.
time.
It never stops.
There was the student riots.
They had a mailbox blow up in 1979.
No, we have had terrorism, like that idiot who shot at Pauline Marois there the fucking night of the
The
election.
guy who missed.
No, you know something? I don't give a shit. The guy who missed.
Great.
Yeah, good he fucking missed.
Fuck her. She should
No,
be
yeah,
in
fuck
jail.
her. Yeah, fuck her.
And all her
Hey,
friends should be
stop,
in jail.
stop right there. Time
Stay
out.
on target.
Time out. Time out.
Stay on target.
On election night, we have ballots, not bullets. You want to go shoot her the next fucking morning? By all means, fucking show up and go mad. But on election night, leave your fucking gun at home and show up like a goddamn human being
Election.
and fucking make your choice. We'll deal with the shit the next morning. You're a fucking asshole, buddy, and I hope they stick you in a hole and you become the hole.
He will be stuck in a hole. You think you're fucking with a master mason like her?
Yeah, I know.
And fucking,
Right?
She'll fucking eat your babies, bro. She'll eat your babies and love
will.
it.
And
She'll
with
fucking
bacon.
come down and say, "Can I have some bacon to wrap those babies in?" Okay? Fuck you. She loves fucking. No, this one promotes ignorance and stupidity.
I know
Okay,
she promotes
okay,
ignorance and
okay.
stupidity. It's the
Okay.
wrong time to shoot her.
Yeah.
I'm not even
Let's-
saying shoot her. I'm
let's
saying
not-
vote her out and then we fucking
let's
don't
not
confiscate
get
her
too
shit, make her
sidetracked.
fucking
Yeah.
fix potholes.
No.
That's what I'm saying.
I
And
got
flip-flops.
I got stuck into how everyone's stealing from us in Canada.
Yeah, everyone's stealing
And I
from
got
us. We
upset.
know this, and we're gonna get them.
The bacon people are all
We're gonna get
stealing
them like a
from us.
tsunami. It's gonna be slow, 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 slow. Bam! They're gonna get a Fukushima.
We pay.
We're bringing a Fukushima
No, we
to them.
pay for the fucking. We pay for these people
Right
to spy
now,
on
we
us.
pay for
No,
them.
we're paying for our government that refuses to reveal any details on these cases that they come out and shut down all
I'm
our
going to
rights
say
for.
it right now. I said it before.
We pay for it.
I'm saying it right
Get
now.
rid of 'em.
Until the corporate media falls, there will not be the changes necessary.
Until there's an awakening,
Okay,
where
because
people are
if you're
laughing
gonna-
and
if
looking
you're
at the
gonna go
corporate
on-
media with a suspicious
With
eye.
Has it
said-
ever happened before where media fell?
Yes.
Where media was forced to change in history? I'm saying.
Yes, many times.
Has
well,
it?
only when
Yeah, when the
usually
social
governments
change-
are
social
overthrown
change when
or
Islam
monarchies
took
are
over.
overthrown.
When Islam took over, the media changed. When the Christians took over, the media changed. The many various Chinese
No, but it
emperors
did
took
take
over,
that,
media
right?
changed.
It did take.
Yeah, but-
it did take a global
It
shift.
took a change in
Right?
The
political
good
leadership.
part, of course, is what we have now.
Which is
The bad
freedom.
part is that
We're gonna
this-
lose this.
We're going to lose this double quick time. As I've said many times tonight, it is happening. They're
Are we
pushing
gonna have
it
to
through.
grow mustaches?
No, what we're going to do is return to the conversation, where you go out and say hello to your neighbor and talk to him about shit.
Do I have to grow a mustache?
Yes, you do,
before I
right in the
that?
middle, and you got to
Exactly.
shave it up higher.
You know?
Right? And you got to goose step double time in German.
I think I do. You know, I think what they want. No, they want. I think their ideal world would be like a perfect amalgamation of like North Korea and Canada. Apathy,
Yeah.
North Korea
apathy-
running the glucose fructose people
apathy
of
with
Canada.
a double time work ethic. You know,
We've said it on our podcast before. Greg,
apathy and double time.
You're
Boom.
one of your great quotes. We are the blueprint.
Oh, for stupidity, and I know for apathy.
For the New
and
World
for
Order.
The New World Order. We're a melting pot, right? They say we're a melting pot, yet they say we're going to be blown up all the time, yet it never seems to happen. And the RCMP apparently is spying on everybody anyway.
Yeah.
So, really, what do we need more fucking right-stealing things for? If they already know what everybody's saying, and they do, because they knew they've been following these two assholes for a year.
Because
If they know everything,
power craves power, right?
they just want
That's
to be
what
goose-stepping on our
when
face
you
is
get
what
to
they
a
want.
point, when you get to a point where you are in power, when you get to a point, right, where you get addicted to that control level, you want more and more and more control. And when we look at the fucking Rockefellers and fucking Kissingers of the world,
Yeah, they were never
who are
satisfied.
they've never been fully
Never.
satisfied.
Never.
They always want more. They always want more. And they want fucking total power over everyone. That means microchips. That means fucking barcodes. Whatever the fuck
No,
is
they
on the
do.
menu.
I've
That
seen-
means depopulation. That means eugenics programs. That means, look, the one world government that we're being thrust towards because of these fucking false flags. Fucking false, every single goddamn one of them. If just 1 out of 5 would be an actual fucking terrorist attack. If the fucking World Trade Centers were actually brought down by some mad Muslims, right? Instead of what we all believe.
Yeah, so
to
we
be-
could really be passionate about doing the right thing, which they
Exactly.
say is the right thing, but everyone has it in them where this is not really right. That's why they go to the doctor and say, I don't feel right. And he says, okay, I got a pill
I
for
got a
you.
pill for you.
You know, and
I'll shut your brain down. Don't you
That's
worry
right.
about that.
I'm in a hospital and I see a fat dude in a fucking a hospital robe and he's looking for the fucking soft drinks because his doctor won't tell him what I'll tell him. What's
You're
wrong with
fat
them?
'cause you're
What's
drinking
wrong
soft
with
drinks.
them? That's what he said. What's wrong with them? What the fuck? What's your doctor? What's the fucking purpose? What is it for? Right? What are we doing to people? We're making them into fucking brain dead, mindless
As long as
fucking
they go to
sheep.
work, bro, as long as they go to work and pay their taxes to the fat people that don't pay taxes, that they can steal from us, that how many senators this year? 3 senators for sure. 1's a rapist. 3 were found guilty of fraud, right? But they're only allowed to audit themselves. The Conservatives themselves, what's her name? No, thanks, I just got one. The Conservative wench there that went to London and checked herself out of the hotel that the government booked for her. Checked herself into a $1,000 a day hotel.
Yeah, what was her name?
Chu?
Yeah.
Mrs. Chu there, whatever. The Right Honorable Chu. You can't forget the Right Honorable before they're stealing your money, right? I deserve to steal your money. You know, and then they come out and they say, well, we need to cut the government, so we're going to cut everyone who looks after the environment. We're going to cut everyone that looks after provincial parks. We don't need those anymore. We're going to fucking...
You don't need families anymore. The kids,
They have
the
no
children,
respect for the tree and the water.
No,
the
they have
children
no respect
don't
for the
belong
land
to
and
the
the
parents.
animals.
They belong to the community.
Or the birds of the air or the fish of the sea. They have no respect. They must be removed.
Dude.
Now they can go peacefully,
Dude.
or they can get people in a fucking savage
These
rage.
are the same
And when
people-
these glucose fructose monsters get their glucose fructose cut off, they're going looking for the answer, and they're going to go climb the Pepsi Tower, and they're going to. It is going to be the zombie attack, but it's not going to be attacking us, because we don't give them glucose fructose.
See, this is
It's
where
going to be attacking the
I
corporation.
kind of hope there is... Whatever. I hope there is...
And apparently zombies run fast when they're looking for glucose fructose, and they're fat and heavy, so they're coming. Bring a towel.
Oh man, Paul, I love it, Buck. So what's in this bill S7? You guys want to know?
The SS7, tell us.
The S7 Club. Investigative hearings
Lovely.
would give a judge the power, or on application by a peace officer, to require someone who is believed to have information about terrorism offense that has been or may be committed to appear before a court to answer questions. If the person does not comply with the order, the same judge may issue a warrant for their arrest.
How vague is that? If you might know something about something, we're going to call you. So that is the SS order. That says we can call you up and
We
bring
have
you down
some
here.
questions. Go get your papers.
Yeah, we have some questions
We'll go
for
to
you.
the
Come down to
station.
Come down to the station.
This is not where the
But
station
what are you
is,
talking
but
about?
we'll stop and talk
Just come
to you
down
in
to
the
the
woods.
station, sir.
Yeah.
We don't have to tell you anything, sir. We don't have to anything for you, sir. Sir, are you belligerent? It's like those violence. You see violence signs all over anything that has to do with healthcare now? There's violence signs up.
If you say anything, you're being violent. If you raise your voice, you're being violent.
Yeah.
No. You cannot be. You need a pill.
No.
No,
it says up, you're being violent. You'll be removed.
You'll be removed. No, there's
you will
signs
be removed.
all over. You will be removed.
If you raise your voice in the
prosecuted.
hospital, you will be removed, arrested, and prosecuted.
Yeah,
immediately.
dude, there's signs up.
Roberta,
when
we
we
went to the
recovering-
hospital one day. We
Yeah.
went to the hospital one day, and Roberta, like, she felt faint, and she was down, and it was like she was sweating profusely, like water was coming out of her all of a sudden. I'm like, holy fuck. Right? Now we're waiting for the doctor. So she said, you have to do something. I'm looking at her. Okay, I have to do something, right? So I went into the receptionist and I said, do you have a doctor here right now? My wife is having a problem. And she's like, excuse me. Right? I had to and there's all these signs, don't raise your voice or you're violent. I said, can you get a doctor over here now, please? Like, you can go to emergency if it's, excuse me, we're scheduled to see the doctor in the other room that's right here. There's 3 doctors out here. I've seen them come in and out. Go get one of them out here now.
Yeah.
Right? The doctor came out and it was all self-righteous. Right? Who's calling me out? You, doctor. Get over here for the fucking emergency, guy.
You know, when we were young, there used to be doctors that came to our house.
Yeah.
I don't remember what his name was, but he used to come to
Yeah,
our house.
well, actually, he used to live across the street on the corner, and it was a small community, right? Well, you're in the hospital, the doctor's in the next room, there's an emergency going on. Why have I got to go fucking 4 floors down, 3 buildings across to find a doctor?
Let's look into more of what this has.
The SS-57.
Recognize with conditions. The recognizance with conditions measure would assist law enforcement in disrupting terrorist attacks. For example, if a peace officer.
Cop. Yes.
Wow.
Or
I
other.
love that language. A peace officer believes on reasonable grounds that a terrorist activity will be carried out, and the suspects on reasonable grounds that the imposition of recognizance with conditions on a particular person would be necessary to prevent that from happening, then the officer could apply to the judge to have the person appear before the court.
How sick is this?
But what
This
does
is
it
the
really
thought
mean?
police coming, man.
We think you're going to do something.
This is the thought
We
police.
can
We're
arrest you.
fuck. It's over. The pigs are coming to eat us. It's over.
People, if you're
This
ever
is-
arrested by the
it's
police,
so
say nothing.
fucking broad. It's
Get me my lawyer or let
This
me go
could be
now.
anyone who knows anything about anything. They consider some corporation, the Council of Chief Executive,
Council of Chief
can
Executives,
consider
no doubt,
this to
wrote
be terrorist
this
talk.
fucking thing.
What we're doing, get those terrorists, get free
Get
radio
those terrorists.
How about
Free
this
Radio
one?
Revolution.
Well, look,
No,
I
it's
only have
listeners.
these fuckers. I
You
only have Monday and
bastard.
Tuesday off, so if you're calling me in, you better call me in on Monday or Tuesday, because I need my money when I work, you fuckers. So you don't understand that, but fuck you, because now that I'm buying organic bio, I have to cancel my TV just to afford to live. But, you know,
it's a good
that's
payoff.
what I like.
It's worth it.
Yeah.
It's a good trade-off.
You know, but I don't need the fucking
I'm
TV.
not being
But I
poisoned
do
on
like,
2 levels.
No, I love to have a good Snicker at Wolf. I have one of those at least every 5 minutes with Wolf.
Oh, I enjoy it.
No, it's comic relief.
I enjoy watching the corporate media to see what lies they're telling, what bullshit they're spreading,
You need
and
to know.
laugh
You
at the
need to know.
prostitutes as they go at it.
You need to know so you
they're
can
pretty
talk
funny.
the language.
That's
of
why
the
I
people
have-
that
What
don't
are they
know.
actually saying?
That's why I have subscribed to Mox News, who's this dude in the United States
Yes,
who
I got Mox on
compiles
my-
all
yeah.
that, right? And it's good because you get those 5-minute things. Because
bang, bang, bang.
goddamn, you don't have to sit through the fucking motherfucking commercials.
No, you gotta check the headline.
But you gotta see the commercials too, because you gotta see.
I know, because that's
what they're
scary in
doing.
its own right. The half hour of
Holy
fucking programming
fuck,
they
is
got
it
at you.
scary.
Fuck. Lies, 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 drugs. Lies, 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 drugs.
Fear.
Lies, 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 McDonald's for lunch.
I don't know if
McDonald's for
Bud
breakfast.
Platinum
Lies,
is
lies,
actually
lies,
doing,
drugs.
I don't know if Bud Platinum is
left out
actually
fear.
doing better.
Fear, oh no, the fears goes the whole time because they got a frequency that goes along and it's in the sort of way, and that frequency goes along in the background. You don't really hear it, but it's activating your fear because of the rest of the fear they're putting on you. It's not a love program they're showing you.
Fear.
It's a fear program.
You can't get
with
more-
the sound,
you can't get more
your
fear
chakras
than now.
activated. All of a sudden, you're
What's
in fear.
that show? It's called Homeland. It's like the most
I don't know, you
popular
can't get
show.
more-
Don't
Dude,
you
they-
lie,
terrorism
do the
and
right
Al
thing,
Qaeda?
do
All
the
they're
right
selling
thing.
What was
Fear.
the big movie there?
Fear Factor.
Zero Dark 30.
Survivor.
Right. Okay, we won't get into that, but let's go into the final one of the final things that provisions that would be in this bill.
This is still
This
this
is
guy quote?
leaving Canada to commit a terrorism offense. The bill proposes the creation of new offenses for leaving or attempting to leave Canada for the purpose of committing a terrorism offense. For example, leaving Canada to participate in the activity of a terrorist group.
So in other words, anyone that goes to
all
any
Iranians
country,
will be arrested.
Such as a terrorist training camp would be a specific criminal offense.
So you mean if a guy named Christos decides to go to Afghanistan to train with Al Qaeda, Canada won't let him go?
They'll fucking imprison you. They'll
my guess is
they'll hand you to the Americans.
I'm going to say this to anyone who's in Canada now who's Iranian, Pakistani. Where else do they hate right now? Syrian?
North Korea, Syria,
Hezbollah, Lebanese people,
Lebanon, Iran.
We have a small, very small
Iraq
population of
people,
North Koreans.
Jordanian people. If I were those people and I was in Canada now, I would never leave Canada again.
No.
Because as soon as you do, you're going to be on some fucking terror hit list.
Yeah.
Where they're going to fucking shoot. They're going to fucking show up
Well,
with any
you
of your
talk to
papers.
somebody, who is related to somebody who.
You're not allowed to know
trained
people
in the
anymore.
fucking thing.
You'd be
You
better
know
be
that,
one of
people.
those Iranian Jews
You know
or
that,
you're
people.
getting checked.
Yeah, you know that, people, because let me tell you, in Canada, if you happen to be a Muslim immigrant from this point forward, fuck that. If you happen
they
to be
already
anybody
know.
from this
Come
point
on.
forward, you're not allowed to leave this country.
You got the wrong
without
color
everybody
skin.
knowing where you're going. What
You know,
you're
there's
doing.
7 seats, five, 6 or 7 seats in the Iranian parliament. One is 5 or 6 are reserved for Christians. There's not many of them in the country because 95% of the country is Muslim, right? They're all what are they?
Go on.
And 1 seat is reserved for the Jews.
Yeah.
So you Christians go vote with your Christians. You Jews vote for your Jews. We're gonna vote for whoever we want to. And there you're there. Now be quiet in the corner.
Yeah. I don't want to live in Iran. If
But
that's
you're
what
on the
you're-
Caspian
if-
Sea.
if
It
that's what
closes
you're
in the
saying.
nighttime.
That's their problem. folks.
Listen, we're in a melting pot of every
We've got
culture
our
in
own
the world,
problems,
and
which
right
are,
now they want to tell. Even though I go to I can't say it enough. I work in the public. I'm a hairdresser. I work in a big salon. Every day I have nothing but amazing people in my salon. I get home, I turn on the TV, and there's bombs and war and terror everywhere. You better run and hide, and you better be scared, and everyone's running around.
Because you didn't drive by Fairview? They had a
like,
bomb scare
you
over there.
turned on
No,
the
it was a
terror
bus.
box.
Yeah, what happened? I'm
You
like,
turned on the terror box.
The terror
That's what
box.
happened.
Videodrome.
it only took me 10 minutes to get home, and in 10
You
minutes,
turned it on. Nobody forced you to. Don't
Well,
turn it on.
I'm
But
sorry.
then
Turn on
again,
music, man.
I was
Turn on
hoping,
James
I'm
Addiction.
hoping
Surf
one
Your
day
way.
I'm going to turn on. There's going to be good news.
there's not, dude.
It's
There-
not.
there-
Score for good news.
news.
Fear making machine.
Good news is what they put in the.
So we are
is the
living.
good news.
We
Didn't you
are
read the book?
living in a strange utopia. We're living in a
What?
strange.
Utopia. We're living in a. I said it the other day. Disturbia.
No. We're not in our utopia.
Yes.
We're
exactly.
somewhere.
No. Yeah, we're not.
They're in-
We're
they're
in a
utopia.
strange utopia. We're in some fucking glucose fructose pushing monster fucking utopia.
Dystopia
Who
would
sits
be a
up
better
and eats
word.
the finest caviar that he probably had grown in a lab at this point. They probably don't even eat the shit they fucking have on the planet because it's all so fucking polluted. Who knows what point they're at? We don't even know.
You know it's amazing because this whole thing. I think this whole fucking podcast is really about us being Canadian and what we're
Being upset.
Proud to be a Canadian. Pass me another
well,
beer.
like we did the Canadian Council of Chief Executives, which was basically the top 150 corporations in Canada that are
That are
headquartered
fucking-
in Canada.
that
Let's
are
be
fucking
let's
over.
be fucking clear. They're headquartered in Canada. They're all
Yeah, they're
world-
Canadian
global
corporate.
international fuckers. Yeah.
They're headquartered in Canada. Okay, but these motherfuckers
Not all of them, but I
don't
bet you most of
give
them.
a flying fuck about Canada.
No,
In
they
fact,
care about
they want to
profits.
fucking
Corporate
carve
profit.
it up and fucking sell it wholesale. you know, and make us
For
all
profit.
into mindless fucking drones that
Glucose, fructose.
that are addicted to all
In the
their
factory.
motherfucking shit for fucking crap products, right? Like their fucking shitty internet services, their shitty fucking cell phones, which gets me cut off all the time with Greg. Their fucking shitty food. Their shitty
I know,
fucking,
eh?
their shitty
Gosh,
fucking
don't go
television, all this crap that they make, all this stuff, the oil that fucking pollutes everything, right? And they want us forever. And they want us to have these corporations like Bell. Have you ever noticed in the Bell commercials that, hey, guess what? You're in a cafe or you're in your home, but guess what? You're really... Bell is behind you because the giant Bell blue lettering and huge three-dimensional
Those people-
50-foot tall letters
No, those
are
people
always
live in a
behind
mall.
you.
Those people live in a mall.
Right?
You didn't know that?
And-
Those
and
are the mall people that
it's
live
okay,
in the mall and shop in the
'cause
mall and watch TV in the mall.
Bell can do a lot of nice things for you. They can do your internet, they can do your television, they can do your fucking telephone, they can fucking do everything for you and watch everything you do. Right? Break time?
Yeah, let's take a break.
Yes, break time.
Bell is hell. Do tell.
How long did we get there?